Hey guys, gals, and others, it's the Cannabis Crone. I have got some rabbit hole kind of stuff to share with you. I went down the rabbit hole last night. You're welcome. But it is about the Mandela Effect. Now, I made kind of a cutesy video that was sort of making fun of it and coming up with some theories about, time travel and the Mandela Effect. But this one's not so cutesy and it's not so fun. And it's got me I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned because this shit's not normal. So let's get into it. I saw a video on TikTok from Awaken Not Woke. That's the name of the creator. And it was a compilation video of basically proof that yes, Ed McMahon did in fact have something to do with Publishers Clearinghouse. In fact, he was Publishers Clearinghouse. So, and I mean, we're talking, there was various news clips from, different area news, local news. There was some sitcoms, like News Radio and the Golden Girls that had made reference to Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. Plus, I've seen Simpsons episodes. I've seen a Family Guy episode. So we're talking, this is something that's throughout our culture. It's one of those iconic things, pop culture, if you will. So, yeah. So anyway, I saw that. Then I went to Snopes after watching that video because I was curious, because I remember Googling it before and having them show me some picture of some guy with gray hair that was apparently the guy who brought your, whatever it is, your check, your big check. A guy that I've never seen before. I was like, who the hell is this? This is not the guy. Ed McMahon's picture was on the envelope. I mean, so anyway, Snopes said unequivocally no. Ed McMahon had nothing to do with Publishers Clearinghouse, and perhaps this is the reason that people were mistaken, and perhaps this is, and they try to give you a bunch of like half-assed, excuses for why maybe you might have made the mistake. I never made a fucking mistake, and the majority of the American public didn't make a mistake. We all remember who it was. We know. You can't fuck with our memory. We know. Okay? So here's my theory. On September 10th, 2008, scientists flipped the switch for the first time on the Large Hadron Collider. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, the Large Hadron Collider is this machine that is housed at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, which is what we know as CERN. And the Hadron Collider is used to create, drum roll please, mini black holes. That's right, because for some reason, scientists thought it would be a really great idea to create something that has more destructive force than anything else in the universe right here on Earth. It'd be really cool to create one. Great idea, guys. I mean, that's brilliant. I can't even think of anything that could go wrong. Can you? All right. So, a lot of researchers and scientists were against it. They signed a petition. They said, don't start this thing up. Don't do it. You guys are playing with fire. And of course, they listened about as well as they ever listen. I mean, you look at any sci-fi horror movie and it's the same thing. What happened? Oh, well, the scientists decided not to listen to reason. And here we are. So anyway, it creates black holes. They want to, and the scientists want to research black holes because number one, they want to research more on what do you call it? Dark matter. Okay. And dark matter is an elusive substance that can't be seen because it doesn't absorb, reflect, or emit light. And then the other thing they want to study is the God particle. Okay. Now, the God particle was discovered by Peter Higgs and Francois Englert, and they came up with it in 1964. The God particle is basically this. It is associated with a mass transmitting energy field, which is the key to how everything basically is created, how we all have mass. Okay, so the reason I'm here, I'm solid, and I'm not just floating off into the ethosphere in little particles of energy, is because I have mass, and that's because of the God particle. I'm explaining it badly because I'm not a scientist, but so there you go. So now, a year after that occurred, Fiona Broome started a website called the Mandela Effect. She coined that phrase because she was noticing that all of these pop culture references, people were like remembering wrong or remembering differently than other people. And there was always two versions of it. Quick one, I ate Jiffy peanut butter. A lot of people say Jiffy. No, it was either Jif or Skippy. No, it is Jif or Skippy now, but it was Skippy and Jiffy back in the day. And I've heard like, oh no, you probably, mistook that for the Jiffy Pop popcorn. I know the difference between peanut butter and popcorn. Okay, I know most people do. So it was Jiffy peanut butter. And that's just a small example. There's so many examples of these things. Richard Simmons headband, which is another hole that I'm going to go down. So is somebody purposely doing this to us? Because we know. I mean, the proof is there. Ed McMahon was Publishers Clearinghouse. Okay, we know this. We know this for a fact now. So why would Snopes lie? Why is the government trying to make us think we're crazy? Or did this goddamn Hadron Collider rupture something or push us so that we are bleeding into an alternate universe? Or should I say the alternate universe is bleeding into us, so that we have these two universes that have collided, and things are being replaced and changed in our history. So yeah, that's my theory. I don't know, but something's going on, and it's a major thing, because we have major websites online saying, no, this is not a fact. Ed McMahon did not, yada, yada, and it's like, it's concerning. So anyway, check the links down there. Check out Snopes and what they say about Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. And then check out all of that proof that Ed McMahon was part of Publishers Clearinghouse. Ah, what a mind fuck.
It's really, when you look at your career, you have done so many different things. I mean, when you sit there and started listing all those off, I mean, the Publishers Clearinghouse thing, I know it was just a job, but that's kind of turned into something that's very bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy, because that's what everybody talks about.
Well, in other news, who among us hasn't seen Ed McMahon's ads for the Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway, dreaming of winning millions in the sweepstakes?
But this is the President of the United States, not Ed McMahon's Publishers Clearinghouse.
Gary, Wisconsin, he writes, hello, because I got an alert saying I was officially confirmed as a possible winner of the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Oh, there you go. The only one, right?
Yes, it's just you and you alone. You should go wait on your front stoop. Ed McMahon will be there any minute.
No, Ed McMahon did not come to my house with a check for Publishers Clearinghouse. This is actually the new parade route for the St. Patrick's Day parade.
And, Ed McMahon, our good friend, could not be here, but it seems, David, that you are the $1 million winner.
Oh, my God! I won $1 million!
What? That was I'm one of the winners of the Publishers Clearinghouse? Ed McMahon wants to see me right away? I should leave my Burt Reynolds ticket on the dresser before I go?
Those are all mine, Dave.
Thank you, everybody. What?
I'm trying to win the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, okay? I'd like to be the first psychotic nymphomaniac to get a big check from Ed McMahon.
All right, look, Beth. I know you've had a rough day. I know this has been very hard on you. And I know you've heard this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's important, all right? You do not have to subscribe in order to be eligible for the Publishers Clearinghouse.
You are so naive, Dave.
His long association with Carson began in the late 50s, culminating with their final Tonight Show together in 1992.
I want to thank the gentleman who shared this stage with me for 30 years, Mr. Ed McMahon.